Hi, this is Greg Koopman. In prior videos, we went through the process of building well-working proof-of-concept template databases. Today, we will reap the rewards of our diligent work by showing you how easy it is to now create derivative databases from the templates quickly and easily. I will show you the steps to create these standalone proof-of-concept databases that you can use to try out new ideas and techniques. The proof of concepts will enable you to have more hands-on experience and actually produce the code and designs you had only been able to read about until now. If you have not watched the earlier videos before, you can go ahead and watch this video and probably get a lot out of it. Hope you enjoy it. Overview. The problem: inability to quickly create proof of concepts that can be maintained completely separate from the templates they are derived from. The solution: 6-step script to do it right. Okay, I'm going to jump into my demo, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and create 4 new proof of concepts based off the template I created in a prior video called ZPOC template DW small. Okay, so step 1 is to identify what is going to be your source database you want to emulate in your new databases, and that's why we made the templates to begin with. All right, so that's step 1. Step 2. We need to go find the full backup of that database. So here's a database. It doesn't even have to be, you don't even have to have the template databases in here. You just have to have the backups to be able to restore from. So there's our database anyways. And so here's where it's located, G-SQL, okay, right there. And I think I have a, there it is, right there. So this is the one we're going to be working with. Okay, so that's step 2, so we know where it's at. Step 3, we're going to identify the logical and physical file names that we have named inside there, which we did in prior videos, but we need those in order to modify the script, okay? So those names are ZPOC. I have a standard for what I name them. Okay, basically it's pretty darn simple. Logical names and physical names are going to be the name of the database _data and the name of the database _log. Okay, it can get complicated if you have many files, but this is what I have here. So, and it keeps it simple, and that's what we're trying to do. Same thing goes with the physical names. Okay, so that's those are the names. And that's so we've got, let's say we copy those down somewhere, the logical names and the physical, and then we come and we modify the script. So what we're going to do here, so in step 4 here, we're going to it's a piece of script there that we modified, which I've already modified it. We're restoring to the new database that I created. I haven't created. You don't want to recreate this database. You don't want that out on the server at this time, okay? It's going to create it when you restore. When we restore from the template small, right? We're going to restore it to this database name, okay? And we're going to go with recovery. So when it's done, it'll be ready to be used. And what we're doing here is this move command 2. We are basically identifying the physical name of that's inside the small back by its logical name, and its logical name is POC template data. And when we say 2, we are going to rename that here. We're going to use the same path. We're going to store in the same path, but we're going to rename it with our naming convention of the new database _data MDF. Okay. And then we do the same thing here. So as you see, we're not changing the logical name at this point. We're only changing the physical name. And when we finish this, we're going to have a restore of we're going to have a new database created, okay? And on the disk, it's going to be pointing to a different file than our DW small, okay, which is exactly what we want. Okay, so we're going to run this. Okay, it's going to take a little while, not too long. All right, that finished. So that took what, 20 seconds, okay? And everything looks good. I'm going to go and look to see if it's out here. Of course, it's not out there until you refresh your list. So there it is, POC partitioning and sliding window. That's what that's my plan, to do a video on that. So I'm gonna have a database on it. Okay, so I need a POC, a proof of concept. So I can go to properties, right, and go to files. And when I go there, I can go over to the physical and see it's renamed. So that's great. So when we back it up at a future time after we've used it and modified it and we were done using it, we're ready to put it back in our drawer, we will back it up. And when we back it up, it's going to go to the right places so that when we restore it next time, it's going to be a simple restore. We don't have to do any fancy stuff, and we're going to have all our changes that we made to test the partitioning and sliding window, and everything is wonderful. Okay, but our logical name is not wonderful. Our logical name is still over here. Okay, it's still there. So our last step here is going to be to go in. Our next step is on step 5 is to go and modify those logical names. So we're going to alter the database we just created, right? We're going to go into the file name, which is the logical file name, which is DW small underscore data, and I'm going to rename it to ZPOC partition and sliding window underscore data. Okay, so it syncs in with what that the name of the database. Okay, so I execute that. Okay, that's one execution. That does the data. That does the logical data name. Now let's do the logical log name, and that finishes fine too. Okay, so let's go and see if it worked. I'm going to come over here and just go to properties again, and we go to files, and sure enough, there's our logical name, and it's changed the way we want it. So, and then of course our physical name is also in good shape. So we got our names, everything is in good shape. We got ourselves a new database. It's pointing to different files. The logical names, file names are correct. And when we back that up, it's going to be standalone. It's not going to have anything to do with DW small anymore. DW small has its own file and its own logical file names. This is what we're trying to do. Is we can in these two steps are really what it's all about. Basically, the restore with when you change the physical name, and the alter the new database and change the logical name. And after you're done with that, okay, you check the new database and that its files under properties are correctly named. We just did that, and that's everything is wonderful. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can do 4 of these, 4 new proof of concept database, and get them ready for other videos I'm going to do. And I'm going to see if how fast I can do this. So I'm going to go here. I'm just going to do actually I'm just going to take these two. I just want these 2 guys here. So I know what the file list is going to be. So I just want these 2. I'll copy these over to a new query window and put them closer together. So once you get control of these scripts and you got your scripts just right the way you like them, you're able to do a lot of things pretty quickly. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a find and replace here. So I'm finding those. I'm going to replace that with table compression. All right, that looks good. And I'm going to replace all. All right, so I got all those replaced. I'm just going to run the whole thing. What the heck? Let's finish everything. No errors. Everything looks good. And I'm just going to replace all there. Okay, I'll run that. Okay, that completed. Now I'm going to replace the next one, which is Windows function views. I'm going to do a video on that probably. So then I execute that. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm spawning 3 more databases. So altogether, I'm spawning 4: partitioning and sliding window proof of concept, table compression proof of concept, disable enable constraints proof of concept, and window function views proof of concept. So when I make modifications to them, I'm always starting at the same starting point from this DW small, and at the end I have a whole new database, and they're all uniquely different than each other. So I save them out as their own backups later. Okay, so that's it. So we got them all there. Let's go see what our handiwork did. And let's do a refresh here. Now we notice that they're not here now, but I refresh. There they are. POC disable enable. POC. There they are. POC disable enable constraints. POC partitioning and sliding window. POC table compression. POC window functions. All these are ready for backup, and they'll be separate, okay? So let's just go ahead and look at the properties. Here's the disable, enable. Let's see if those properties came in correctly. All right. So I go to files. There, the logical files, right? Okay. And the physical file names are right. Beautiful. Okay. Let's go to the next one, which is, we already did partitioning and sliding. Let's do table compression. And we come up and we see, we go to files, and there's our logical names, table compression, beautiful. And our physical name, table compression. Okay, so that's in good shape too. Okay, last one, which I'm sure we don't really need to do, but we're doing it anyways. Go to properties, and that's window function views, window function views. So we come here, the logical name is window function views. And the file name is data, window function name, beautiful. Everything is in place. Real quick, we're going to do one more thing. I'm just going to take one of these guys at random. Let's say we take the middle one, compression. I'm going to do a backup of it. Let's say I did a bunch of stuff and changed some of the tables to compression and did my video and proved to myself or you how it works and this kind of stuff, right? So let's just do so now I'm done with it. I don't want it to stay in the list now because I won't use it again for another year until someone asks me about it, right? So I go to backup. I automatically see the table compression back up there, right? It's already set for me. All right. So I think everything's in place here. So I might do an overwrite just in case there's one there already. And of course, I like to have my backup set to compress backup. I shouldn't have to do that. It should automatically use default settings, so it might actually already be set to compression on the server, because you can have a server level property that does that. Okay, so every time you do, you automatically get the right one, but I'm not sure whether I have that set, and I don't want to look at it right now. So I'm going to say okay. All right, so that now it's doing its backup. All right. And, it's a small database. I think we went through this in an earlier video. This it didn't take long. Okay, it took 15 seconds maybe. There it is right there, right? Table compression, right? Okay, now let's say I come back over here and I do the test where I look at the... So just to show you that when we backed it up, so what I'm going to show you here is just that if we look at the file list of the backup itself, it's perfect. Logical name. Physical name is right. So table compression is in both of them. And so now we don't have to go through all that rigmarole and renaming and all that stuff. It is its own unique island of data for its proof of concept. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Also, if you need help solving SQL Server problems, I offer a remote help service for writing code, configuration, and training. You can go to my website shown below for more information. I hope this video has helped you and made your day a little better. Thank you.